to my mind when I hear the word communication is interaction.
Interaction. Very good.
Yes.
Another. Yes, Cherry.
Conversing with other people.
Yes. Okay, JB.
Communication, when we say communication, there's in communication there's this sound Sean. In communication it is a process.
Wow, very good. So, communication is a process. It is a two-way process because it needs an interaction between two persons, the speaker and the listener. Please read the other definition. Oral communication, Cherry.
Oral communication, the process of transmitting and receiving thoughts through spoken words or language.
Okay, oral communication is the process of transmitting and receiving thoughts and ideas through spoken words or language. So remember the quotation, "No man is an island."
Yes.
So how do you understand that quotation? JB.
We can live alone or yes.
Okay, so us human cannot live without communicating, right?
Yes.
Do you imagine yourself living without communicating?
No.
It's hard, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we need to communicate. We cannot not communicate. Okay. So there are levels of oral communication. The first one includes imagining. So Dennis, please stand up.
Yes.
Do you imagine?
Yes, I imagine.
So can you share a bit of your imagination with the class?
I imagine my is there.
Then what are you doing?
Stopping.
Okay, so the first level of oral communication is the interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication, you just communicate with yourself. It includes thinking, imagining, and remembering all the things you do internally. So for example, Wednesday is watch day, right?
Yes.
So I'm sure before Wednesday you're having a problem with what dress to wear or what you should look like on Wednesday.
Yes.
So let's say Tuesday night, you're thinking of a dress to wear and how you should look like for Wednesday. When you do that, you're already communicating internally, and that's interpersonal communication. Okay, do you understand? Second one, interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication includes dyadic communication or small group of people. For example, when you communicate with your family members or with your friends. And the last one is public communication. When you are communicating at this level, you are like, for example, you're giving lectures and seminars and in class. So I can say that's what's happening right now is public communication. I am your speaker and you are my listener.
Yes.
So do you understand the levels of communication?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's move on with the elements of communication. So the elements of communication helps the communication process to be successful. Listed the person and its definition. Maui.
The first element of communication is the source. This is the encoder, and the one who transmits the message.
Okay, the source is also called as the encoder. It is the one who transmits the message. The second one, Angelica.
Message is the product of the source.
The message is the product of the source. In oral form, the speech is the product, and in written communication, the writing is the product. The next one, Here.
Channel, pathway or the message carrier.
Okay, the channel is the pathway or the message carrier. It refers to the manner of transporting the message. Next one, Queenie.
Feedback. I don't know. Receiver. The decoder or the listener. The one who gets the message.
Okay, the receiver is the decoder or listener. It is the one who gets or receives the message. Also, the receiver is the one who will transmit the message. Next one, JB.
Feedback. Verbal or non-verbal responses.
Okay, feedback, verbal or non-verbal responses. It is the signal that the message is received. The last one, hard. Hard.
Noise, hindrance or barrier in communication.
Noise is a hindrance or barrier in communication. It is included in the elements because it is present in almost all communication process. So do you understand the elements of communication?
Yes, ma'am.
There are two forms of communication. The first one is the verbal communication. Please read the definition, Suzette.
Verbal communication. Makes use of linguistic symbols. Uses written or spoken language.
Okay, the second one is non-verbal communication. Please read, Dennis.
Non-verbal communication makes use of non-linguistic